Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today is my March Shop My Stash in collaboration with my girl Kelly from GlamWithKelly. If you're new to my channel, very happy welcome to you. I'm so glad that you're here today. And if you are new to this series, every month Kelly and I shop our stash using some kind of a theme. This month we are shopping for our springtime makeup and I could not be more excited. But before we get into the get ready with me and the new products for March, I just want to make a couple mentions about products that I used in February. First off, I finished off the HelloFab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. Kind of figured I would. This is something I don't think I'll repurchase. It is a nice primer, but it has a ton of ingredients on here, and I'm just not into that. And I'm also realizing I'm not overly into primer. Take that for what you will. The ColourPop Double Entendre palette. I only got to use this once or twice. I do really like it. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out this month with the 7 looks with the Natasha Denona palette as well as the Persona Identity 1 and 2 palettes. But it's going to go back in my collection. I just wanted to say I really didn't get to use it a whole lot, so I don't have any opinions yet. I also wanted to mention that in February, when I filmed my Get Ready With Me with these products, I wasn't for sure if I was going to be able to make use of this. It generally seems kind of light for me, but paired with my ColourPop BFF2 Lippy Pencil or my MAC Whirl Lip Pencil, it actually worked just fine with me, especially right now while I'm at my palest. So I'm glad about that. And last but not least, my ColourPop Between the Sheets Super Shock Cheek. I hit pan. I could not believe it. I wasn't even trying to. Like this, I loved this. I used this so much during February. So I'm really excited about that. If there's any other colors you would recommend to me in my very warm skin tone, let me know down in the comments. And with all of that aside, let's go ahead and get into the new products and get ready with them creating this look. All right, let's get into this month's products. I'm so stoked to shop for springtime makeup. It's just kind of bringing me into spring gently, but with hope that there's going to be spring soon. So for foundation for this month, I just picked one. It's one I want to test out. And the rest of the time, I'll probably be using my favorites like the Misha BB Cream and the Clinique Even Better makeup. But for this month, I picked the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. I have mine in the shade Light. I haven't quite figured out the exact way that I like to apply this yet. I believe the first time I tried it with my fingers. So today I'm going to use a sponge. I've seen quite a few people using a sponge. So I'm hoping that might do the trick because I really want to like this. This is a nice formula and I love that it's from the drugstore, of course. Like, it's always great to find beautiful products at a beautiful price. So we're going to try it this way today. The other thing I noticed is that it wasn't the most long-lasting thing on my skin. So we'll see how the day goes because I will have this makeup on until at least 8 p.m. My daughter has dance tonight, as always, so it's kind of our late night, so to speak. And so we're going to see how this puppy lasts. I am using a new powder, which I don't normally like to do with a new foundation, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. Holy yellow, Batman. The weather is doing something crazy outside. This morning I got up. I was on the couch with my computer watching the news. Kiddos were getting ready for school. They generally don't need anything from me in the morning, so I usually just work a little bit answer comments, things like that, while I take in the Denver news and, you know, just kind of supervise the kiddos. And then once everybody's gone, I do my yoga and get ready to film. So I got up and the weather was beautiful. It was very temperate and mild outside, and, you know, all was well. My son, who's in high school, left first, and then my daughter left about 8 o'clock. So the forecast said, you know, possibility of like flurries, blah, blah, blah. Nothing, what is on my neck? Nothing promising in terms of snow, okay? And then my daughter left, and it had said that it was going to be windy today, which, you know, happens, especially as we get closer to March. But all of a sudden, it started getting super windy. It started to do more than flurry. It was flurrying when my daughter left. And I got an alert on my phone that said, warning, something like winter squall. I'm like, what the heck is a squall? My daughter is out there walking to school, and it was just insanity. It was blowing, all of a sudden it was snowing really hard. So it said winter squall, then it came on the news, you know, that our area had a warning for this, what have you, and apparently it's just like a winter storm that comes on really quick, high winds, blah, blah, blah. And it left just as soon as it came, but we got literally like an inch of snow in less than 10 minutes, which is kind of crazy. So it's been a weather kind of day. If everything looks a little yellow, I might be what that's all about. All right, for concealer for this month, I picked one that I want to like test and try more, and one that I know I can count on. The one I know I can count on is my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the shade Light. And then the one that I'm testing is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer. And I have that one in the shade Light 60N. This one, I've only gotten to misbehave so far. It's pretty thick, and also the color is definitely pretty neutral, almost to the point of being like pinky or peachy. So I'm just going to put the tiniest bit on and blend that in with my sponge and see how we do. I would love to love this concealer. Again, it's very affordable. The first time I wore it, I did not like how it looked at all. It looked very dry and cakey, but I also think it's possible that I just used too much, because that looks pretty good, I think. All right, I'm going to pop off of here and do my brows real quick with the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Ash Brown, and I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know what was going on, but I took care of the yellow problem. If you can hear wind chimes for a few minutes, I have my window open, even though there's snow outside, because I'm very warm. So, for powder, I picked up recently in February the number 7 Lift and Luminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder in Light. A lot of you probably know how much I love the Perfect Light pressed powder. This, I heard, is dupey for the Charlotte Tilbury powder, so I want to try it. I'm going to use just a little bit on my ring finger and press that on the under eye. So far, the ColourPop concealer is looking okay. We'll see how it wears throughout the day, and we'll see, you know, how it looks now that I've powdered it. And now I'm going to take my big fluffy Real Techniques powder brush and buff this on my skin, and hopefully it sets the crap out of the skin milk and makes it look beautiful. Let's hope. I will say though, Kelly and I have not talked about what we chose at all this month, so I'm really excited to see what she picked. we have very different collections. We do have a few things that are similar, but very few, and mostly eyeshadow palettes that probably a lot of people have, so I'm always excited to see what she picks for these videos. This is definitely a different texture of powder than the Perfect Light pressed powder, and yeah, I'm excited to try this month, so we'll see how that goes. For bronzer, I have two. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand in fair medium. And then I have the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze in the shade Tan-Tastic. Wow. What do we think? Shall we do a tiny little, let's do a tiny bit of the contour wand. I'm pretty sure I already have product just sitting there in the sponge, so I'm going to just press little dots into my skin and then go in with my sponge. This absolutely can like blend way out and use like as a bronzer or bronzer, however you say it. But today I also want to use a little bit of the Marc Jacobs as well, just to showcase that. So I'm just going to do kind of a light contour situation, but I do already love this product. This was definitely a Jessica Braun made me buy it, and then it's kind of like taking over the beauty community again. It's just like it's showing up again on people's channels, even though I have a spot here, so that's like not patchiness. There's a hair tickling my ear. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool that all of a sudden it's kind of, sweeping the nation here on YouTube again. And now we shall use a little bit of the Marc Jacobs. This does smell like vacation. It smells so good. I think it smells better than the butter bronzer, but it's definitely not as strong. And I like this because it's very buildable. So I feel like I can, use it during the winter and the spring. We'll see how well it shows up on my skin for summer, but it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. If it doesn't show up on my skin this summer very well, I would consider buying the deeper one because I love this product that much. So do you guys have designs on what makeup you're looking forward to using this spring? Because I have been thinking about this for a little while now, and when Kelly and I were talking about ideas for a theme for this month, and we both kind of had spring on the mind, and she was like, shopping for my springtime makeup. I was like, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I want to do, because I've been thinking about it already for weeks. I tried to pick a cream and a powder option in each category just because some days I want one, sometimes I want the other. My cream blush for the month is this one from Milk Makeup. This is in the shade Work. This is part of the Sephora birthday gift this year, so if you are interested in this one, you might consider choosing that one. And then I have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Diffused Heat. A lot of people got this in BoxyCharm last month, which I was like, seriously? And the full size. But this is a beautiful pink, very soft pink, and I definitely look at pink for spring. And then I have my Clinique Cheek Pop in the shade Melon Pop. I think I'll do Melon Pop today, the Clinique one. This is relatively new. I got this in February. It's just so fresh. I picked this up on recommendation from Arna Elaine. If you aren't familiar with her channel, I will link it down below for you. But she's a big fan of this Melon Pop. And at first I wasn't for sure that it would work on me because she's more fair and I'm more light. And so I was like, I don't know. You never know, but I really wanted this. I have Fig Pop, and it's legitimately in my top 3 blushes because I love it so much. It's just a perfect terracotta kind of shade, but this is just beyond, like, I don't love a peachy blush, but this is like not peachy. This is like peachy pink. I don't know. It's melon. It's a melon color. So I definitely am in love with this blush, and it definitely reads spring to me. I think it just makes the skin look so fresh. So I'm also going to take a little bit of this and just kind of press it along the edges of my bronzer. I like to do this. I just think it makes the skin and the overall presentation of the face look more cohesive because it has a little bit of that melon tone up there. So again, for highlighter, I picked a cream and a powder. I picked the ColourPop Light Sticks in the shade Earth. I love this shade. It's like the perfect pinky peach, and I really like this formula. It sets down on my skin really beautifully. And then I pulled out my Ofra highlighter in collaboration with Samantha March. It's the at March Beauty Word highlighter. Brain fart. I think I'm going to use this today. I'm going to mix the 2 shades together. I do like using these separately, like the more yellowy and the pink ones separately. But when you swirl them together, they make a nice like nude peachy color that I think will actually go with the melon pop really nicely. And this is glowy and fresh for spring. I probably should have put it on under my blush as I normally do, but too bad, too late. Ooh, that is so pretty. I'm so glad that I like picked this up when this was available. It's no longer available. I wish it was. I wish you guys could get a hold of it too, but you could definitely get, you know, a hold of these colors separately. And now that we finished the face, I desperately feel the need to use a little setting spray. I'm trying to use up this Morphe one. Like, it's so low that it won't even like shake up anymore. Any day now it's going to be like 1 spray and we're done. But today it's alive and well. For this month, I'm really excited. I immediately had in my mind the palettes that I wanted to use. But first, this month, I decided to bring in one of my single eyeshadows, get some use out of it. It's the L'Oreal 24-Hour Infallible eyeshadow. This is in the shade Liquid Diamond, and it's a beautiful purple color. I actually used this on my eyes the other day, and it's so pretty. And purple, lavender, those kind of shades are definitely at the forefront of my mind for spring. So I pulled this in for this month to get some good use out of it, close it tightly. And then for palettes, I chose the Carli Bybel and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This is definitely a springy palette. I mean, this is an anytime palette for me, but this is definitely what I think of when I think of spring eyeshadow shades. So we've got that one. And then we have the Sephora Pro Editorial 2.0 palette. Also very springy. I mean, definitely could ride this puppy on into summer, but this is very, very spring to me. And I haven't done a lot of looks with this. So let me know what you would like to see from this palette this month. Do you want to see a 3 looks? I don't know that I want to do a 7 looks because I don't know how many of you either have this or are interested in this. But let me know down in the comments. I'm always open to your requests and suggestions. And then I have the ColourPop URA QT palette. They put this out with Ulta for Valentine's Day. And again, this is just a spring-a-ding-ding palette for me. So I think we're going to use the Carli Bybel palette. I really want to use this shade Mandala all over the lid. And then something out of here, I think I might use these two purples to set up the crease and transition area. So let's do it. Let's do it. The first shade I'm going to go into is this lighter purple called Love Note. I will say this palette came off a little bit more warm tone than I thought it was going to. And, you know, see already, I don't know. I don't know if that's because I have a very warm skin tone or it just is. You know, more warm toned colors in here, even though it doesn't look it. But they're still beautiful colors, and I'm absolutely not mad that I got this free with my points from Ulta. So I want more ColourPop in my life, that's for sure. I love ColourPop shadows, and I've had nothing but good experiences with them. Next, I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Heart Eyes. Maybe they're talking about the heart eyes emoji. That might make sense. And I first place this on the outer part of the lid, just kind of pressing it on there. And then I'll blend it up into the crease once I reach the depth and the opacity that I want. In case you missed my Inspired by video earlier in the week, I'll have that linked for you. And that's where the red nails come from. Normally I would not wear red nails with this get up, this purple eye look and everything, but tease will tease. This color is definitely taking a little while to build up, which is interesting because it looks so dark in the pan and not so dark on the eyes. I don't know. So what kind of colors do you guys like to wear for springtime? I mean, you can tell me either what you think of. I know a lot of people think pink. I do too. That's mostly what I've done in the past in terms of spring looks and shop my stash type things. But what do you think of? Do you think of like sky blue or something like that? Forgot to do the lower lash line. Going back into the deeper shade called Heart Eyes. Going to just run that right against the lash line. Going into the Carli Bybel palette, I'm going to use this shade Mandala right here. This was definitely one of my favorite and I thought most unique colors in the palette, and I like for this particular look, I like that this shade has purple and blue because I'm wearing purple and blue. And I'm just going to apply this first with a brush and then probably go in with the phalange and punch up the intensity. In terms of colors, I think of for spring, I think a lot of pastels and just brighter colors, but not like bright like neon colors, bright like spring colors. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean? Like colors like this, not colors like, you know, fluorescent and just super bright shades that we would wear in the summer. Not that there's any rules, I'm not saying that. There are definitely no rules to makeup. Going in with the phalange, I just want to just punch up that duochrome intensity a little bit. Ooh, I just love this shade. Still feel like we need a tiny bit of depth on the outer part of the lid. So I think I'm going to use this deeper metallic called Candygram with a small dense brush and then just kind of pack that on the floor. Just pack this on the outer part of the lid. Trying not to bring it up in the crease. It's kind of like the metallic version of the darker matte we used. And then I'm just going back and forth once the most of the pigment is off my brush to blend it with that lighter shade. We're going to dive into the Sephora Pro palette. Let me use this shade right here called Psychic. It's like a blue duochrome shade, and I think it's going to be pretty for the inner corner maybe. This palette has so many pretty duochromes in it, so actually I'm just going to wrap this around the tear duct, I think. Very lightly right there in front of the tear duct. I just think this palette's so pretty. I don't know why it didn't have its heyday on YouTube, to be honest. I mean, I think a lot of people do kind of steer clear of the Sephora brand for some reason, but this is really beautiful. All right, let me show you the lippies I picked for this month. I have 4. The first one is one of my L'Oreal Color Riche Shines. This is in the shade Burnished Blush. Really nice pinky color. More of a warm pink. And then I also picked up, when I got the URA QT palette from ColourPop for free, I also got this for free. This is one of their Just a Tint lip crayons. This is in the shade A Go-Go. Right here. Pretty little berry shade. And then another ColourPop. This is their lippy stick in the satin formula in the shade Topanga. It's really pretty, like, coral shade, and I think it will go with the Melon Pop blush really beautifully. And then for a neutral and one just to work on working out of my collection is the MAC matte lipstick in the shade Velvet Teddy. I'm not even gonna say I don't think. I know I won't finish this month, but I haven't used it in a while, and I kind of want to get some use out of it. So, the question is, which one do we wear today? I think we're going to go nude. I think a pink might be a little too much with this look, which is already a look. I'm going to use my ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF2. Those are such nice lip liners. And now with MAC's Velvet Teddy. This is a mini. I didn't say that, but hopefully that was obvious. This is my Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner in the shade Simma Brown now. I've been loving this. This is a recommendation from Mandy Lee. I'll link her channel down below. And then for mascara, I'm using the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored Mascara. And I will be right back. Ta-da! Here we are! I decided to leave the hair up for a little while and just kind of do this kind of a thing with the hair for now, but I also did add a little tiny bit more blush. I wish I hadn't put the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk in this month already, but I am going to continue to use it, just maybe not on days where I have to go somewhere, like today, because I feel like my skin looks like garbage up close. Like on camera it looks fine, although very dewy. And maybe it just needs to be set down with a different kind of powder. I don't know. We'll find out, and I will let you know next month. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I always enjoy getting ready with you guys, but especially when it is a themed get ready with me like spring makeup. So thank you to Kelly, as always, for collaborating with me every month on the Shop My Stash series. And thank you to all of you who watch my videos. It means a whole lot to me. If you did enjoy while you were watching today, I hope you will consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing before you leave. It really helps me out here in YouTube land. And with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful. Shop my stash and use what you have makeup days. And I will see you in my next video soon.